Hey guys, welcome back. Today is the official first day of our new 6-week cycle. Last week we did start off with a little bit of testing, so hopefully you guys have some numbers to work with here, some baseline numbers. But I will be repeating some of the basic stuff each week, again for the newer athletes, just about technique and how to approach this. So bench press, we're going to be doing 5, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, building as we go. Newer athletes, if you're not going to be maxing out or going to a heavy single, feel free to do 5 to 3 reps every round. All right, but again, quick review of technique and position. When we set up on the bench, we want to make sure that we can get our feet flat on the floor. You want to be able to press through your heels, feel tension in your hamstrings and your butt. All right, our grip, we like that narrower grip. Again, think about where we do dips, where we do handstand push-ups, regular push-ups. All right, wide is not wrong, it's just a little different muscle group, not as transferable, and not as nice on the shoulder. Okay, so typically that's going to be about thumb distance from that knurling mark here. Okay, so feet are pressing into the ground. When the bar comes off the rack, the first thing you're going to do is pull the shoulder blades back down against the bench. Big, deep breath, just like any other barbell lift. Want to fill our lungs, create stability in the midline. Squeeze the bar tightly, down and up. All right, you want to touch the chest, get a good lockout every single rep, and coming back into the rack. All right, so that's the basics of the bench press. Again, build as needed, and we'll be doing some bench work every Monday for the next 6 weeks. All right, so with the bench press, we are going to be supersetting some strict pull-up work. Superset means immediately following the previous exercise. So you're going to bench, you're going to walk off, and do 3 to 7 reps of a strict pull-up each round. All right, so the idea is if you can't do at least 3, go to something easier. If you can do more than 7, try something more challenging, okay? So the basic strict pull-up, what we want to see is that our body maintains a good hollow position the entire time. Start with straight arms at the bottom, at the top, chins over, and back down. I like to see control through the whole range of motion, up and down. The hard part for a lot of people is maintaining that good tight body position and not getting any swing. A common thing, getting out of the bottom can be hard, so people will do something like this to start, where they arch their back and then get a little tiny swing, or at the top, they do a little tiny kip at the top. So really focus on tight body and squeezing through that entire range of motion, controlling up and down. All right, obviously, common thing to use is the band. All right, the band's going to give you some support. Put it on a single foot, stays across the center of the body. Same exact thing. This will feel, with the band, it's easier at the bottom, but at the top, because the band gets shorter, it's going to be the harder part of the movement. So make sure that you can get that full range of motion every single rep, okay? Other things that you can do are ring rows, right? So if you're still not here, even a big band, it's hard to get in the band. Doing ring rows are a great scale. So this allows me to get full range of motion, keeping your body tight still, squeeze all the way up, and control down. I can make this easier by changing the angle, or harder. I can even put my feet on a bench if I need, but still work on control up and down. On the other end, let's say 7 pull-ups is easy for you. You can just take a dumbbell, put it between your feet or your legs, add some weight to the movement. All right, guys, so our conditioning today, a couple challenging things in here, so we'll talk about scaling. We've got 3 rounds of 20 dumbbell shoulder to overhead. Then we have bar muscle ups, 7 for the guys, 5 for the women, 400-meter run, finishing off with a 50-foot handstand walk. So a couple complex things in here. We have a 20-minute time cap. Let's start with the dumbbells. So shoulder to overhead means that you can get the dumbbells from your shoulder to overhead in a variety of ways. All right, so if it's a lighter, what you can do is a push press. Just dip into your legs, drive up to lockout. Okay? The dumbbells are more challenging than a bar because they're looser, right? They want to move around. So you have to focus on keeping your belly midline tight. As you drive overhead, squeeze, keep your arms close to your ears. Okay? If it's heavy, you can also do a push jerk. So you would drive up, catch in that partial mini squat, and then stand up. So that way you don't have to drive. If it's heavy and you can't finish, you can just push yourself underneath and then stand up. Okay? Most people are probably going to be doing push press, right? Quick down and up. Really focus on driving with the legs and ensuring that you get a good lockout every single time at the top. When in doubt, go with a lighter weight here because there's a lot of other stuff to do. All right? Next movement is the bar muscle up. So like any of these more high-end complex movements, a lot of ways that you can scale. A classic way is to do twice the number of pull-ups. All all right? Or chest to bar pull-ups is a great way. We did strict pull-ups in the strength portion, so try to work on something like kipping, maybe even jumping chest to bar, something more dynamic for this if you're just gonna do pull-ups. A couple options for the bar muscle up if you've never seen this. Jumping bar muscle ups are really fun and a cool way to feel the movement, all right? Like anything with the box, the higher the box or lower the bar, however you think about it, the easier this is gonna be. So just check this out. What I'm gonna do, get a nice deep palm grip, because you wanna learn how to get your elbow to go from under to over the bar. So get a nice deep palm grip. I start by bending my knees. I'm gonna jump, try to feel that support, that transition, and lock out, all right? So again, this is kind of a challenging height if you see where the bar is in relation to my body. I have to jump pretty high and focus on pressing down. If I made this box higher or the bar lower, this would be easier. But again, it's a fun way to start feeling that movement, all right? The other one is a banded bar muscle up. This is more advanced. This is for the athletes that are more comfortable swinging, maybe been exposed to some bar muscle up training before, but center of the body, deep palm grip when you jump up. A little trick here is to start behind the bar, okay? Because I'm gonna use the energy of that swing, but I just wanna show you a rep and just know this is possible. I won't go through all the details, but here's what it looks like. All right, so the band is just like a banded pull-up is helping me through that range of motion, okay? Bigger band's gonna give you more help. So those are some options for the bar muscle ups. You're gonna wanna run after that. And then let's talk about some handstand walking options. Okay, so we're finishing off each round with a 50-foot handstand walk. Again, same as the bar muscle up, a lot of ways to approach this, so we'll talk about a few things. Mostly for those of you that cannot do a handstand walk yet. One scale at 50 feet is hard for you, just scale the distance down so you can practice 25 feet, something like that. But I'm gonna talk about mostly how to use the wall for some support. So a variety of things here. Let's start with just, some people need to work on getting upside down, okay? So the easiest way to do this is to start closer to the wall on all fours like this. You step your foot up and you just hold this position for 30 seconds. So the deeper you go or the closer to the wall, the harder that's gonna feel, okay? The more inverted you get. Focus on arms locked out. Only your toes are touching the wall. You can make this all the way to hit your nose to the wall, okay? So that's option one, just getting inverted, holding for 30 seconds. A more challenging version of that is to kick up to the wall, all right? If you're just learning to kick up, start with your hands on the ground, one leg's back straight, one's in a lunge underneath you, and just practice kicking up and holding that position here. Same thing, the only thing touching the wall is your feet, arms locked out. Hold for 30 seconds. Okay, that one's a bit more advanced. Both of those have a more dynamic version, so you can work on wall walks if you'd like. So you start laying on the ground, step up to the wall, put your head between your arms, and walk your hands. Okay, you can do 3 reps. You can make it all the way nose to the wall. That's a full rep, that's great. Or you can do partial range of motion. So do 3 wall walks per round is one way to go about it. Also, closest thing you can get to handstand walking is a kick up where you walk towards the wall. So we like to make some lines on the ground for this drill typically to give you some measurement, but this is about kicking up, feeling that falling sensation, and then walking towards the wall, okay? And you start to move away from the wall, and you can do 3, 5, 6 reps, just practicing a little mini handstand walk each round is another great way. So have fun with this today, find a scale that works for you, and we'll see you tomorrow.